Hey everyone, Catch 'em All Collectibles here. In today's video, I'm going to talk about gamifying the hobby. No spreadsheet, no PowerPoint, just me talking to the camera. One of those rare videos. Should be fairly short. But yeah, I think a lot of people, they see what others are doing. This is going to touch on a lot of topics that will probably spawn their own videos moving through. But let me flash back. I'll try to remember to link it here. 10 years of sales. A lot of people will see this endpoint. A lot of people will see the final year. And if you've not watched this video, go watch it. It's a 40-something minute video where I go through my 10-year history, how I got to where I am today. I did not do it in one fell swoop. I did not do it all at once. I think a lot of people try to emulate or imitate what others are doing and try to get there all at once. Used to be an engineer, always talk about SMART goals, specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and time-based. And I think a good way to kind of keep you along the path and keep you from hitting stalls in the middle, that boring middle, right? Like we want to be at the end goal. We want to be at point A or point B. We don't want to be the boring middle in between. So yeah, set little goals, bite-sized goals along the way. Watch your 90-day go up. Watch your daily listings go up. Watch your number of viewers go up. I mean, this could be applicable whether you're 2014 Collector Boy Dan trying to open one of every box. I didn't open one of every booster box all at once. I realized recently you can link more than one video at a time. So yeah, let me try to remember to link back to the video where I talk about having a goal of opening every booster box when I re-entered the hobby and how long it took me to do that. A multi-year goal. I mean, I've gone through at this stage many multi-year goals, and it can be so overwhelming. When I set the goals, I originally didn't even think they would be possible, and they weren't possible if I had impatience, if I had FOMO, blah, blah, blah. But going through just day by day, doing your daily tasks. I played RuneScape on stream the other day. Very, very applicable. So many things in life, I think. So many things in this hobby. So many things in the business grind day to day are applicable to RuneScape. You want to go to the end game bosses and you want to do the PVM. You want to do the raids. You want to slay those high tier monsters at the end. But you've got to level up your stats in between. You got to do quests. You got to photograph your items. You got to get them listed. You got to do it day by day to get eBay's algorithm shining down upon you. Consistency. I will have a video coming out in the coming months, hopefully. Next several weeks, maybe next couple of months, a summertime video. Consistency is key, at least for me. If I don't set a schedule for myself, if I don't say, hey, I'm going to post a video every Monday, and I'm going to post a live stream, I'm going to do a live stream every Wednesday or Thursday. If I don't have requirements, I'll just let them slip by. I'll just not do anything. And I mean, I'm sure I'd be getting something done. I'd be getting eBay listings done, and maybe it could be argued that it'd be better for other aspects of my business. But yeah, I have goals to someday. I mean, hit 5,000 subscribers, hit 10,000 subscribers. Hopefully, it's not going to come all at once. It's going to take that consistency. I feel like this video is going to be all over the place. I'm only 3.5 minutes in, and I've already spread all over the place. But this is just one of those videos where I need to have a little bit of a ramble and get some thoughts out there. One thing that you really need to do too is avoid comparison. Avoid looking at other people's YouTube videos. As I said, avoid looking at the Instagram reels. Those are curated. Those are curated for your viewing pleasure or displeasure, maybe. I mean, everyone puts together their own highlight reel. A lot of people don't show many losses, if any at all. And I promise you, if you've been in this long enough, you've had L's along the way. I try to share all mine. I don't try to hide them. I'm never ashamed of them. They happen, and they're a part of getting to where you're going to go. Very few people can go, back to RuneScape, and clear every monster on their hardcore Iron Man without practicing it on a regular main account where death isn't as punishing first. So, yeah, just... you really need to, collector, investor, flipper, business, whatever you are, I think these things are applicable. Again, when I first set out to open every box, one great thing about being a flipper and one great thing about having the sell side of it down, I mean, some people collect only. I think you guys have it harder than anyone else. If you only collect XYZ and you never want to sell, you're not allowed to buy something that has more than what you want, right? Like when I was trying to collect every PSA 9 WotC first edition, I was able to buy some supplemental stuff via collections, and I was able to spend that first, again, another part of setting higher score after higher score. I was able to spend that first $100 on a collection, $1,000 on a collection, $10,000 on a collection. Every time I broke a new threshold, it was fun. It was fun setting that high new score on the leaderboard, my own personal leaderboard, where I've bought the top 10 collections down from what I've bought. But yeah, being able to sell allowed me to buy. I want to complete my Neo Discovery first edition. Well, I can buy one box, open it, see what PSA 9s I grade from it. Then I can buy a massive WotC collection that has 50 duplicates, but it has 50 cards that I need. And I can buy that at a fraction of market price and then sell the duplicates into the market to lower my cost basis. And ideally, if done optimally, I can add those cards to my collection for free. It all takes a whole lot of time. Again, where I am today, where most people you see on YouTube, where you see them on Instagram, where you see them in real life at a convention. You look at their tables, you look at their inventories. That takes work. And a lot of that's just off camera, and a lot of that's not seen. A lot of that, again, going back to any video game, there's preparation before any streamer goes live. They've got to get their they've got to get their food, and they've got to get their potions, and they've got to get their I know there's so many different video games out there that there's just very few that I play. I guess Pokemon. Let's talk about Pokemon. If you're trying to collect every shiny in the Pokédex, you got to do it one by one. You can't catch them all at once. You got to go out into that route 100 times, 1,000 times, 5,000 times until you encounter that shiny Pokemon. And one by one, set goals 1, 10, 50, 100. I mean, I have a couple friends who shiny hunt in the game, and I have friends who still play Pokemon Go. It's all done just little by little, setting those smart goals. Little chunks you can bite off one by one and then go from there. Another thing that I think it's analogous, and I've mentioned it in different videos before, but I am someone who is very big into personal finance. I would call myself like a personal finance hobbyist. A lot of people say I give out financial advice and this and that because I talk about it so much, but financial independence is a goal for me. And anyone who is familiar with FIRE, Financial Independence, Retire Early, the 4% Rule by Bill Bengen is probably a very, very familiar topic to those. And what it says is basically if you have X for your expenditures, your annual expenditures, your household spending, if you get to where you have 25 times your household spending invested in how that study tells you to invest it, you can live in perpetuity through the stock market crashes of the Great Depression, through the 2000 dot-com bubble, through the 2008 housing crisis, through the COVID crash. All these things have been back-tested to where 25 times your annual expenses invested properly will last into perpetuity, or last for the remainder of your life if invested properly and if taken care of properly. And again, you don't get 25 times without passing 24, 23, 22, 20, one time, half times, 1 month's expenses. Wherever you are, you start, you get going, and you set thresholds. And sometimes in that, and sometimes in business too, sometimes you'll take a step backwards. There are times I showed in that video, that 10-year history video, there were items that I bought that went down. There are items that I improperly invested in at bad times, tied up a lot of my cash flows, and I took a bit of an L. Everyone takes them. They always happen from time to time. Best you can do is just learn from them and move on. A loss is only a loss in a fixed finite amount of time if you learn from that and move on. So yeah, I don't know what this video is exactly. Ernesto made this silly thumbnail, and I decided to go ahead with my little rambling notes page. I think I covered everything I was out to cover. Sub 10 minutes, very, very rare for me. If you like my videos being sub 10 minutes, hit that like button. If you prefer they be longer, leave a comment telling me they'd rather be longer. But yeah, this is a quick one for today. I will be live later this week. Shout out to Pokemon Radar. He's going to be going through and redoing a lot of his prior podcasts with their guests. So I will be featured on that at some point, hopefully soon. Keep an eye out for that. And with that, I will catch you all later.